Welcome to Hustle and Pro Season 2, talking sports in Frisco from youth to pro. Now here's your host, Kelly Walker.
Welcome to Hustle and Pro. If you listen, you know that I'm a sucker for some rec sports. So through college to now, I'm always interested in playing something. So today we're going to talk about that. We're talking with Tyler Wallace, a little bit about some rec sports here locally. Hi, Tyler. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. All right. So I think you listened, so you know we're going to talk about some quick hits first. And I'm going to ask you who your favorite athlete is.
Yeah. I prepared.
Okay.
I prepared.
Who
I mean,
you
it's my man crush, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He's not probably the typical kind of answer you would get, but I was super into professional wrestling whenever I was a kid, and The Rock was like the man, and even now, like it's
Awesome.
what I strive for success because of that.
Yeah, I mean, he's beyond an athlete now, right?
It's
He's everything.
Insane. It's like the
That
biggest
is a-
movie star ever now.
Yeah, that's definitely a unique answer that I haven't had in here yet. All right, so let's see. What's your favorite sport?
Football, hands down.
Okay.
I played all through grade school and high school, and unfortunately, not many colleges are looking for a 5'7", 180-pound lineman. So my college days didn't
happen.
translate to football.
Do you still play for fun?
I've played flag football occasionally, but I'm not really big into the ankle injuries,
Yeah.
and I'm prone to a sprained ankle
Yeah.
quite often.
Yeah, football's tough on you, obviously. So what's your favorite sports movie?
Varsity Blues. It's
Easy.
not. I mean, yes, it's a sports movie, but it's not really all about the sports.
Sports-centric movie. Sports,
yeah.
you know.
But I
thread.
watched that movie every night going to sleep on VHS tape and every night of high school. So I could probably recite the whole movie by heart, but we'll save that one for the next episode.
How funny. Okay. I mean, you're going to hate this, but I mean, I know it and I've seen it, but I don't think I've ever seen like start to finish the whole thing at once, like intentionally watching the whole movie.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I probably watched it 2 or 3 months ago. Everybody thinks of Dawson's Creek when you think of
Yeah.
James Vanderbeek. Not
Yeah.
me. I think of Varsity Blues.
Okay.
Yeah.
So between James Vanderbeek and The Rock, you've got some actor icons. They're so different. That's funny. Okay, then, so you talked about football. I'm curious to know your background in sports, because we're going to talk about, like, what you do now in sports as an adult, but besides football, like, what else did you do when you were younger?
I did powerlifting in high school. So I went to a really small, I played 8-man football. And then my senior year, I was like, I'm going to do everything except basketball because basketball makes no sense to me.
Okay.
So I did baseball, broke my nose, didn't do very well my senior year. So baseball is more of I want to watch the sport.
When did you break your nose?
I was playing center field, and I was paying attention like a very good center fielder should do.
Uh-huh.
And last minute, I raised my glove to catch the ball, and it just tipped off and knocked me out. And yeah. That's why I don't sleep very well now.
Because of the damage?
One of the 3 broken noses, yeah.
One of the 3?
Yeah, I broke my nose riding a miniature bull when I was like 9, I think. Yeah.
You were riding a miniature bull when you were 9.
So it was actually a baby bull. It had a hump and everything, and I smacked my nose on the back of it and broke my nose. That was the first one.
And the third one?
So the third one was the baseball.
Okay.
The second one was I lipped off to the wrong guy in 8th grade.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
8th grade?
Yeah.
Holy cow. You're a daredevil.
Sometimes.
So baseball, gosh, you said a lot of things in there, actually.
So sport-wise, like I like to watch football. I like to play volleyball, kickball, stuff like that. And my senior year, it was more of just I want to play the sports before I don't get to anymore. 'Cause
Right.
I realized that my size wasn't going to take me pro. So.
Well, it's good that you realize that, because I feel like now, I don't know, as a parent, maybe I just see it differently. But I feel like so many kids and parents around us, especially in this community, feel like there is so much more beyond high school sports. And there are for so many kids. We got a high school booster email today, and it listed all the commits, the college commits, and signing day and all this stuff. Or, yeah, I think it was signing day for the fall sports. And I was amazed. I'm like, these are several kids just at our high school that are going to play in college. And so it is a more common thing. I mean, gosh, when I was in high school, I think maybe one person went and did something in college that was
Same.
worthwhile. But now around here, it is more of a realistic thing. But I try to keep it real with my kids. Like, make your high school team, check that off the list, and you're good to go.
Yeah, it's just there's just so many kids that want that same thing, that although it's attainable for some by working hard, some of it's just genetics. And
Yeah. It's just hard. I mean, it's a hard step to take. Okay, so all of those things that you did, and you mentioned volleyball, that brings us to how I was first introduced to you. I think it was through volleyball league. So I want to know more about what you're doing now. So tell me what Red River Social Sports is.
So I moved to Dallas in 2018, and I played kickball and volleyball and stuff in Tulsa before I moved here, and so I lived in Plano originally, and there just wasn't a ton of stuff or leagues that weren't 45 minutes to an hour drive for me. And so, especially after I moved in with my girlfriend in Prosper, I told her, I was like, as much as North Dallas is growing, like there needs to be a league in North Dallas. And so we started it back in September during quarantine. I haven't been traveling near as much this year for work, so we started it up, and our first volleyball league is playing on Sundays in Little Elm right now, and that's where most of our sports will be taking place.
So as far as the name Red River Social Sports, why the name Red River?
Because in 2018 I moved from Tulsa to Dallas for a career opportunity, and the first few weeks that I lived in Dallas, I was driving home every single weekend because I was homesick, and so I got to see the Red River quite a few times.
Yep, I bet so. All right, so you mentioned volleyball. Well, you said it started in September, so you're probably one of the few people ramping up some activity in the fall here. But that's awesome. I mean, because while we were in our houses more, and like you said, different schedules in our normal lives from work and everything, we were outside a lot, and a lot of that included sports and different activities and ways to be outside of our house, moving, and still being, healthy and fit and active and all that good stuff. So you mentioned volleyball. Was that your first sport that you guys ramped up with?
That's the main. Yeah, that's what we started with, and that's mainly because it's outside, and the courts are large enough that we're staying pretty far apart. There's not a ton of, commingling like in between. So, but after the first of the year, that's when we're really gonna kick off all the other sports, soccer and kickball. Kickball will be our big sport for over there in Little Elm.
Okay, so I'm thinking volleyball. I mean, I'm thinking beach volleyball. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All beach volleyball.
Yeah, so we play right there on Lake Louisville, off of in Little Elm Park, the sandy beach. So I will have at least 4 to 5 nights of volleyball going after the first of the year.
Wow.
Right now we're limited to daytime because the city of Little Elm's putting on like a Christmas display through November and December. So once we hit January 6th, we've got the green light to go to nights.
Volleyball at night.
Yeah.
That's so much fun. When I graduated college and moved to this area, the company that I worked for happened to have beach volleyball league or team in a league, and softball and soccer, like women's soccer team. I mean, I can't even imagine now like going to an office where there's enough people to play women's soccer, but we did. And playing beach volleyball was so much fun.
I love it.
We were in advertising. It was advertising, and so it was an ad league. And so it was all just media people out there. Yeah. It was so much fun. Lots of some broken fingers and finger injuries and all that. But for the most part, I mean, anybody kind of can get out there and make it work. Whether you have played, like I didn't play volleyball in high school. It was just not on my radar. And so I kind of was learning kind of on the fly in that adult league. But it's one of those sports I feel like you can, as long as you're athletic and you can move and you can kind of anticipate what's happening, where the ball's going to all that good stuff. Like there's so few rules that you can just manage, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, our league is self-repped, and so we have 4 teams this first season, and all the teams are pretty pretty closely matched. So we're all getting to know each other really well since, like I said, it's the first one, so we're still growing, and so we'll play the same teams a few times this season, and everybody seems to be
But
pretty closely matched.
I mean, that's how it is even in my rec softball league that's established and that's been here a while, and that in general the league is large in Plano. We play the same teams over and over again, even though I feel like it's been around forever, and that's fine. Like, it's normal, it's fun. You start to get to know everybody. You recognize the different positions. It's fun competition wise because you do know, like, oh man, this guy's up to bat. I know already what this is going to do. Or the girls, like, you kind of already know what girls to watch out for.
That's why I wanted to do this, just because some of the best friends that I have today I met 8 years ago when I started playing kickball in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and like now some of my best, closest friends are because of that.
Kickball. How fun. Is kickball on your radar here?
Yep, so kickball's set to start in March of next year. We're going to be playing in Little Elm over there.
Okay. I was going to say, where, so you mentioned soccer and kickball, so I'm thinking what facilities are you going to be able to put people at for those?
I would love to be able to do it at McInnes Park, but the city of Frisco offers their own kickball league, and so unfortunately I can't start it. Yeah, that's another. I've tried to sign up for it, but if you don't have enough teams sign up,
it doesn't form.
And it's just different. Like my company has the ability to market in ways that some city organizations don't. And
so is that your background?
Somewhat. I've always been in some sort of marketing or sales role. So since I was doing tech sales right out of high school, and while I was going to community college.
Okay, I was gonna say, because it seems like even though you're only a few months old at this point, as far as the Red River social sports goes, that you are connecting with a lot of people and getting out there. Because like I've seen it several times, and I know people that are going out there to play. So it just seems like you're picking up good momentum. So I didn't know if that was one of your professional skills.
So I actually ran a league, was a league coordinator for another company in Tulsa for a little while. So I kind of knew how the league ran. But as far as making connections, like, I've never met a stranger in my life. So that's the easiest part of doing this to me, is just talking to people and I'm not shy to reach out to people.
Yeah.
So
well, you have to. I mean, especially this is like a community thing. That's what it's all about. It is the act of like going out and playing is like community and gathering people. But that's something you're going to have to do, and you are doing. Is you want local people to know who you are and come out there and play together and bring their local friends, right?
Absolutely.
So talking about people, like what age? Talk to me about like who you think should come out. Like what ages, what skill levels, what kind of people are these people who can know nothing about sports and just want to hang out or meet people, and it's just also ex-college stars that are still can't quit playing.
So we have 43 people in our volleyball league. 12 of them were on a team together. The other ones were all single solo players that signed up, and now they have teams and they have new friends. So anybody that's over the age of 21 and wants to relive some of the glory days or just get out there for a fun activity, you don't have to have a team, or you can have a team. Sign up.
If you do have a team, how many is a team?
Depending on the sport. For volleyball, it just depends on the format, but typically 7 to 8 players for a volleyball team, and then for kickball, anywhere from 13 to 15.
Okay.
So, but like I said, if you don't have a team, that's fine. Most of our players in the league right now didn't have a team, and we'll find a good fit for you. And if the team that you get put on isn't a good fit for you, we'll find you a different one the next season. Yeah,
because I mean, a lot of people just want to be out there to play, right? Yeah. I mean, that's kind of how I am. I like when I go play, it really usually takes maybe one friend, somebody that I at least know that knows I have interest in that sport or something, for somebody to kind of recruit you in. But my objective isn't okay, I need to know everybody on this team, like at all. I just want to go out there and play and see see what's going on and who's out there, I guess. But really, it's just about get moving and doing something.
And being social. Like, I know, like, the main reason I signed up for a kickball league when I moved to Dallas was because I was moving here and I didn't have any friends.
Yeah.
And I didn't know anybody. And so all my family's in Oklahoma, so it's like the easiest way to make friends is to sign up as a free agent and, get put on a team, and hopefully a few of them stick as friends.
Yeah, for sure. And kind of speaking of that, like I talked about at the top that I'm a sucker for like rec sports and even starting through college. So intramurals was big for me. That's how I met my husband. So that's one reason why it was big for me. But it was just really good. It's still, even now as a 41-year-old, it's some of our best memories, especially like sports memories. Some of my best memories of sports are, of course, high school stuff. I love like being able to play for your high school, but intramural soccer and flag football and basketball and softball. I don't know where I missed all this volleyball in my life, but I did all those years somehow. Did you also do intramural experiences too?
Yeah, I mean, I played softball right after high school just for that competitive edge, but softball was just never my thing. I think I got tired of standing in the outfield and getting home runs hit on me. So, a friend of mine asked me to fill in on their kickball team one night, and I was hooked. I was like, oh, this is awesome. I get to hang out with my friends and have a few beverages and kick a big red ball around.
And it's no baseball that's going to break your nose in center field so much. And that probably isn't as interesting going from like a center fielder in baseball to like adult rec softball, because I mean it does get not so fun when they're just cranking them over the fence. It depends on the league you're in if that's even allowed and how many, but it does kind of it takes away some of it, especially as an outfielder. It doesn't feel good. Yeah,
and I mean, at the end of the day, my league, I want it to be fun. I want people to come out there and have fun and not have to be the ex-high school all-star to come out there and play. There will be a time for that. I'll have competitive leagues, and then I have my rec leagues as well. So we're just getting started, so the competitive leagues aren't there yet, but they're coming.
Yeah, sure. It just takes enough people and time. All these things have to align, especially right now. And you got to have facilities and, all that good stuff and the right numbers, registration numbers. So what, like, big picture, we talked about, you started with volleyball, you're adding soccer, and you're adding kickball. What's big picture? Like, what do you want this to look like, I don't know, this time next year? How many sports and what all you want it to look like?
So I would love for next year to I have 10 courts at my disposal over in Little Elm Park, and I would love for all 10 of them to be full every night and to have kickball and soccer going a couple nights of the week. And I think it'll get there eventually.
And I could see special tournaments for everything. Especially for stuff like that. You can do a tournament for any reason, right? You can do a St. Patty's Day tournament and Thanksgiving tournament and 4th of July and all kinds of different reasons just to basically get some round robin play and extra games in on the weekends.
Yeah, I plan to do a lot of charity tournaments. We're working with Love Packs to kind of fill to donate to their pantry.
Our paths align. Lifestyle Frisco just recently did, we've worked with Love Packs for a while, but we just did an article not too long ago just kind of highlighting some of the things that they're doing. It's a great local organization. Talk about a way to make a direct impact in your community.
Right. Yeah, so we plan to work with them and other charities to hold like little charity events throughout the year.
Yeah.
We're going to do one right before the end of the year for a blind draw volleyball tournament to kind of help them out right there before the big holiday break.
Yeah, which is when they need, the cold weather months and time when like kids aren't in school is always a big need for them, right? Yeah. They need more and more help from.
And I love dogs, so we plan to work with animal shelters too and do like adoption events.
Oh, cool! Where you could have adoption people out there at the courts and people can check out the dogs.
Exactly.
Yes.
Not at the courts, but during kickball and stuff, where the dogs aren't allowed on the sand. Otherwise, my coworker would go with me every time.
Well, that's cool. Those are really good. I love tying all that in too. So, so how can people look into you and find out, how to look for future leagues that they can sign up for?
So they can follow us on Facebook and Instagram. It's at Red River Social Sports, or they can go see all of our. We're open for registration for after the first of the year at redriversocialsports.com. Kickball, soccer, volleyball leagues are all open for 2021 registration.
Well, fantastic, Tyler. Thanks for all this info. I'm excited. As a local rec sports person, I'm excited to be able to get out there, and especially some beach volleyball. And, I haven't played kickball in ages, like decades and decades. So
You're going to have to.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially now that the ankle's back up and running. Not only are we going to have our foot race, but you can play kickball with us too.
I think I can. So I'm excited for the spring to roll around for you to have all those things and get out there and meet some new people and play some sports. So thanks for coming and joining us and giving us the scoop.
Thank you. I appreciate it.